everyone, and welcome to John Talks Indian Cinema. I am your host, the Indian Cine-MANIAC, back with another 10ish minute review. Before I get to that, I have to acknowledge today I am filming this or recording this on January 20th. So, yes, today we just inaugurated a new president, President Donald J. Trump. It was quite a day, and I don't know whichever part of the aisle you're on, and you know which part of the aisle I am on. It's a pretty impressive day. The pomp and circumstance of an inauguration is pretty spectacular. To see all the ex-presidents there, and it was pretty cool. And I know that President Trump is well liked in India, and I'm hoping that that will continue in the new administration. Okay, I just wanted to call that out because it is a historic time. The film I am reviewing today, and this was some guy named John. That's right, it was me who picked this. And let me explain why I picked it. So I did a trailer reaction for the film with, again, I can't remember the name of it, Ajith Kumar. And based on the reaction to it and all the comments about him, the lead actor, who I have never seen a film that he's been in, I decided to watch one of his films. So what I did was I Googled the top 10 Ajith Kumar films. And number one on the list was the film I'm going to review, 2011's Mankatha, The Game Plan, Simply No Rules. Because I'm curious about this guy. You guys are all telling me he's the Tom Cruise of Tamil films or Hindi films. And he does all his own stunts. He's a pilot. He rides motorcycles. He drives his car. I don't know if he does all of his stunts, but he does most of his stunts. So I wanted to see something with him in it. Now, this was directed by Venkat Prabhu, who directed the greatest of all time, GOAT. The cast is Ajith Kumar, Arjun Sarja, who is in Leo, Trisha Krishnan, who is also in The GOAT and Leo, and Premgi Amaren, who is in The GOAT. So a lot of people from the same films. It is a Tamil film, and I did see the Tamil version. It was also Ajith's 50th film. Now, the story, I don't even know how to describe this story because I thought I was going to see a film based on like this super cop played by Ajith. His name was Vinayak. Vinayak. And it kind of started off that way, like this cop saving this guy in the desert. And of course, the spectacular. It was like an Ajay Devgan entrance where the car is spinning and he kind of walks out of it. It was a pretty impressive entrance, as always, with these guys. And there's a big opening fight scene. And the fight scene is well choreographed. He looks great in it. He's beating everybody up. And then as the story progresses, it becomes a story about money and betting on cricket matches. And this guy who is a cop gets suspended. Then it turns into a heist film. Then it turns into Conte or Reservoir Dogs. Now that the money's been stolen, everybody's turning against each other. And the guy, actually, the the people I thought were the heroes were the bad guys. In fact, Ajith Kumar is the head bad guy, and he's a terrible person in this film. He ends up killing people. He ends up stealing the money. He ends up courting a girl just to get to her dad and using her. And then you find out that the guy you think's a straight arrow cop who's trying to capture this guy is in on it. So, the thing went completely on its head, and I'm expecting to see this heroic performance, and he ended up just being this awful, awful person. And he was really and very interesting character. He's kind of slobby. He smokes. I've never seen so much smoking in an Indian film before. And thank God they didn't do the smoking is dangerous messages that they usually put in the corner, because it would have been the whole movie. Um, he drinks a lot. He's got like this wicked laugh that he does all the time. Um, but it was just strange because I was expecting one thing and got something completely different. And that doesn't mean I didn't like it. It was just an interesting kind of strange movie. And it was strange. Even some of the choices made in the filmmaking, like there are scenes when someone gets shot, and they do it twice. They do it when he's imagining taking out all the fellow robbers, and when he shoots them, green comes out because he's imagining this. But there's another scene where someone gets shot and it looks cartoonish when the blood comes out, not real. I didn't quite understand that. They did interesting things with the cinematography too. There's a song that they do in his apartment, and the apartment changes, the clothes change, things start moving around. It was just kind of strange. Um, Now the fight choreography was good when they did it. And there are scenes where it's one against 10, and he wins all the time. So eh, so I will say that the one thing you kind of knew some of the stuff that was going to happen, and they did cheat a little bit. Things that they flashed back and showed to kind of tie up loose ends. It was a little tough to swallow. But I will say that when it came out that the head cop that you think's the good guy was actually in on it, that was a big surprise. I have to admit that. Um, and also there's a big scene where, again, you don't know this yet, but he gets shot by this cop, and the house blows up that he's in, and you just think he's dead. Well, then they flash back and they show how he wasn't dead, and it was all part of the act. Um, but a lot of people get killed in this. Um, it was different. It was interesting. It did have a little Quentin Tarantino vibe to it. I will tell you that. And I definitely want to see this guy in other stuff. I'd like to see him play the hero and see how that goes. I did like him as the villain, but I think because I wasn't expecting that, it probably it probably changed my view of it a little bit, a little bit. But I'll give the story a 4 because it did keep me. I couldn't predict the end like I usually can, so I'll give that a 4. The performances, the performances were good. I mean, he was really good because he was just like this, almost like a psychotic bad guy. I mean, he was laughing and smoking, and but I really liked him. And there's some motorcycle stunts in this too that he does. And there's one scene where he's riding a motorcycle doing a wheelie, and it's him. It was very impressive. So I go, well, that can't be him. Then I read about it, and it's him. Excuse me. So I did like him a lot. The rest of the cast, like the gang, other than there's a cop who's part of the heist gang. I thought out of the robbers, he was probably the most realistic. Where like Prem, who's the computer nerd, he was just kind of comic relief and kind of silly. Even his death scene, it was funny. I mean, there was a lot of humor in this too. That's for sure. Um, and the girl that he was pretending to like, she was okay. I mean, the rest of the performances were the guy who played the straight cop who actually wasn't, and he was a bad guy. I thought he was really good. And I've never seen him in anything either. But I'll give the performances, I think on the strength of his performance, I'll give that a 4. As far as the music goes, and there was a lot of it, the first song is in a club and it's his entrance. Once you get past that opening scene, and the song it's the Mankatha theme. The second song is I don't know if it's a wedding night or an engagement night, or somebody's engagement. That got a little confusing too. And then they do this, and this was something you don't see in a lot of Indian films. But she was trying to seduce him, and the song was "Don't Hide, Mr. Baddie," which I kind of liked. But that scene, the outfits and furniture changed during the song, and the costumes changed during the song. And it was very interestingly filmed. They also did this thing where they would show a scene, and then the picture would freeze, and then it would be in black and white. They did that a lot. And maybe it was, the director wanted to do something stylish. Again, Quentin Tarantino-ish. Maybe. I don't know. And I think that was the only song. Those were all the songs, right? Yeah, the music was a 3. I mean, it was okay. He's a good dancer, and they did a lot of numbers with a bunch of guys that were pretty good. But nothing special. I don't think. I mean, you know how I feel about the music. My overall verdict, what would I give this movie? I guess I'd probably give it a 3, because some of the twists and turns were a little forced and didn't feel organic. Like they had to shoehorn some stuff to make it work. So I didn't think the script did a very good job of that. But I will say this. And maybe you guys have an idea in the comment section of this guy's film that I should watch. That would be, that I'd really, really like. I would like to see more of him because I found him really interesting, the way he played the role. And he's not like some of these guys are so jacked, and he wasn't. He was a little doughy, as a matter of fact. But he looked great in the fight scenes. And again, he was like kind of crazy, which I kind of liked. So that's what I think of Mankatha in my first Ajith Kumar film. Let me know what you guys think about this particular film in the comment section. And there's also, I should mention, there was also one time where he looked right at the camera. And he said something about the loot. Oh, yeah, looks right in the camera and asks, "Where is the rest of the loot?" And then the glass smashes, and it says, "Simply no rules." And that was the interval. And this is not a long movie. It was a little over 2 hours. But anyway, that's my review. Let me know what you think about it. I also have to say, as of this showing, I don't know where the subscriptions are going to be, but as of today, it's 686. And I want you to know how much I appreciate that, because it's only happening because of you guys who are watching these 10ish-minute reviews and the trailer reactions. Trailer reactions have really made a big difference. I'm getting between 40 and 85 subscriptions from the trailer reaction. So I'm going to try to do more of them. I would love any suggestions. I haven't put something in the community notes about that. I'd love to hear from you about old trailers, new trailers, something you want me to react to. So let me know what you think, okay? And as always, if you're new to the channel, subscribe, hit the notification button, hit the like button. And as always, please share these videos. That's how we can grow this Maniac channel, okay? So that's it. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll talk to you soon on John Talks Indian Cinema with another trailer reaction or a 10ish-minute review. Thanks for watching.
Zooby dooby nache क्यों पागल stupid man.
Zooby dooby pampara, zooby dooby param pam. Zooby dooby nache क्यों पागल